Hey guys, John here, and welcome back to the Do It for Dale Fantasy Cup in NASCAR Thunder 2004. Sorry for the delay. It's been really impossible to find time to record lately, and I also had some other things that just made me not in the mood on the rare occasion I might have been able to record, and yeah, sorry. But anyway, we're diving in here now. We've got Dockside International Raceway, a fantasy road course, and then Las Vegas, and we'll be rocking the Wrangler colors for this episode. So yeah, let's do this for that. And last to first challenge, sure, let's do it.
MRN welcomes you to the Dockside International Raceway from San Bruno, California for the running of the Fisherman's 349. Making the right car adjustments are going to be critical on this track, wouldn't you say?
Well, to be a successful road course driver, you've got to have a feel for how your car is handling out there. Knowing when to bring it to pit road can be the difference between finishing first and 41st.
Chase Montgomery is in a slump at the road courses with a string of unimpressive finishes.
Yeah, he doesn't have much experience on these right-turning tracks. He's been working hard and getting some advice this week, though. Maybe he can pull off a better finish.
Kevin Grubb hasn't made much of a move in the points so far.
And, of course, nobody wants to be on the bottom of that points list. He'll have to work extra hard to pick up spots. Not an easy task to dig yourself out of a hole in this series.
How about the consistency shown by Dale Earnhardt?
Oh yeah, I have to agree. He's had a ton of success on these tough road courses so far. I think this will be a great race for him and his team. Well, let's see how they'll line up for the start.
Starting out front are the Alltel Dodge and the Lowe Chevrolet. Starting in row 2 will be the U.S. Army Pontiac and the Dodge Dealers UAW Dodge. In row 3 are the Home Depot Chevrolet and the Singular Wireless Chevrolet. In row 4 are the Motorcraft Ford and the Napa Auto Parts Chevrolet. Rounding out the top 10 starting spots are the Team Rusty Dodge and the Pfizer Ford.
All right, let's see how badly this is going to go at the start here. Whoa, whoa, whoa. What is happening? What the frick? The controller was just going right. What the heck? Oh my gosh. Okay. That was a weird start. I thought, for a second, it might have been one of those times where you... Oh my god. One of those times where, you are accidentally pushing a direction or something's pushing a direction on your control stick when you, start the console or whatever, so then you're automatically going in that direction or whatever. That's what it felt like, because it was just, immediately going that way. But then it just stopped. Also, I'm slow as frick. I don't know what's going on right now, but okay. I think I'm just a little tentative now because I'm afraid that's going to happen. Oh god. Speaking of Chase Montgomery, let's just go ahead and tick him off to knowing. Okay, well, this is not how I wanted this to go at the beginning. But it's starting to get a little rhythm going here, aside from making everybody mad. Oh my god. Clip that stupid inside. Oh, man. Yeah. You know, you take a couple weeks off or something, plus adding in the new controller, which I honestly believe is having some sort of an issue. I'm not really sure. Like, it definitely was at the beginning. And I don't know, there's something about the trigger that controls throttle, the right trigger, that feels like it's not always fully engaging or something. I don't know. I got a cheap third-party controller because my old controller was just that, super freaking old and feeling like it was having issues itself. So I thought maybe it would be a good idea to get a new one, but you can't really get a new controller for original Xbox unless you get a third party. So I tried the one that seemed to have good ratings and that people weren't complaining about an awful lot. But honestly, not a great experience so far. It was a 2-for-1 kind of a situation as well. 2 controllers for one, so maybe I should try the other one. Let's see. I don't know, maybe just this specific one is faulty. I mean, I'm kind of going okay now, but I'm really mashing down on the trigger to make sure it's engaging the way I want, and that's gonna lead to good old hand cramps for sure. But yeah, I mean, see how they just kind of like shoot ahead of me coming out of the corners and stuff? It's because I don't think I'm getting like 100% throttle up out of the corner sometimes. I don't know. Meanwhile, gotta realize that we haven't even made it halfway through the field yet. Granted, only 5 laps in, but still, this could be a bit of a problem. We'll have to see when we have to pit here. Not really sure. It's gonna be, I don't know. Looks like we're honestly not spending that much fuel so far, so yeah, I don't know. Hard to say. Could be one of those situations where we only need a little bit of fuel to make it, but tires are probably going to be ruined from everything I've done in this race so far. Oh god. I have made so many I was just like bragging last time we recorded this about how like we didn't really have that many people that didn't like us and everything, and it was like, oh, they're pitting now. Okay. But yeah, it's like now we've spent this race ticking off a bunch of people, so that's cool. He didn't get mad about that. Good for you, Jeremy, for not being thin-skinned about a little bump. Going with Elliott, cool. Oh, that was an aggressive move to try to get that pass there, but made it work up here. All right, I don't know. Things are going okay now. Kind of feel like, except there, I didn't really seem to get speed up out of the corner. Whoop, sorry. It's kind of hard to tell, to be honest. I still haven't hit halfway on fuel, so. Yeah, this has been a thing. This kind of does make some sense, though, to the issues I was having in my NASCAR 07 recording, which also has been delayed for a while, and it's also one of the reasons that I was kind of not in the mood to record for a bit there. Basically, I had an issue with 07 where it didn't autosave. Somehow or other I had turned it off, or I don't even know how it happened, but I lost 2 episodes worth of progress that I had to then redo, and I did it way worse and I was using this new controller, and I wasn't sure like if the problem was the controller, but now I'm beginning to think that might be the case. But yeah, it went horribly bad compared to the first attempts. So it's like, you know, as somebody who has done YouTube for a long time, I'm used to having to do that. You know, you're gonna lose recordings or save files or whatever from time to time and have to redo stuff, and then it never seems to go as well. And that's really frustrating because you're like, well, take my word for it, I did way better last time or whatever, and it's like, yeah, okay, whatever, John. But it is pretty darn frustrating when that happens, I can tell you that. I seem to have gotten into a bit of a rhythm here. I kind of used to really mash in the, sorry, that sound was not about having to mash the throttle, that was about getting on the brakes in time there. Freaking, really mashing down on the old throttle. Anyway, yeah, we must have got halfway on fuel when I wasn't paying attention, but I should probably pit soon-ish, I would assume. I don't know. The longer we wait, the fresher our tires are for the end, I guess, but yeah. Yeah, Chase Montgomery's mad. Go figure. Getting run over will do that to you, I guess. Hey, Matt Kenseth, how's it going? Come on. Oh, somebody's blowing up. Couldn't really see who that was. Oh, crap. Yeah, we're tearing this car up, yo. Alright, I think I'm actually going to pit next time by. I got to hit the weird spot on the controller that the pause button is now, because it's not in the same place as the other one, which is not ideal. Pit options. Yeah. Honestly, we really probably do need the repairs. As frustrating as that is going to be to lose that much time, but we kind of do. We don't need a full tank of fuel, but like we're definitely going to get 4 tires anyway, so it's like you might as well, right, at that point. Okay. But yeah. Let's just say what I was hoping would be a big help to me with this new controller. It ended up being, has ended up being a bit of a negative for me. I do feel like, though, like, it's been better. For the love of Pete. Welp. That has changed things. Now hasn't it? Also, I shouldn't have hit repair, I guess. But yeah, I have to pit, as do these people in front of me. But there's a lot of people that won't have to pit. I don't know if they were all lapped down. I know some of them were, but probably some of them weren't. I don't know, man. I won't repair damage, I guess, considering, well, we just buff the dents out a little bit. It doesn't seem like it's going to affect time. But you know what? I'm just going to do right side tires. Might be a risk, but that's what I'm doing. Oh, I probably should have not done full fuel then. Is it still going to be fast? Yeah, faster. Okay. I'm just thinking we need to get track position, and I don't know where all these other people are going to be. Deep in the field. 16th is not that deep, to be honest. But yeah, anyway. I don't know. The problems that I had at the beginning with the control stick haven't reoccurred. I do feel like I'm not always getting full throttle out of corners, though, which is something I'm not loving. Right there, I could definitely tell that it wasn't. Carefully now. Oh dear. Didn't mean to do that. Keep doing it. just keep doing it. It's fine. Come on now. Get up. Get up to speed coming out of the corners, god dang it. So annoying. Okay. We're getting down to it here, and I don't see a win, but whoops. Should get it. Get an okay finish. We're just gonna tick off literally everyone. Because it's at an 88 now.
Number 17 is going for the block. Party left. If he catches you, he might try to wreck you.
Son of a frick.
I want to see you beat up car, buddy. The 17 car is still there.
Okay, maybe not even a top 10.
Clear on both sides.
I'm just driving real bad, and I have no freaking speed down the straightaways. I don't know. I don't know what's going on. It's so aggravating, though. It's almost like it's not registering the trigger going down all the way is what it is. Sometimes it does, and sometimes it doesn't. I don't really know. Alright. Let's at least try to salvage a top 10 here. We should be able to do that if I can stop freaking running into everything and everyone.
99 is looking to pass. Okay, we're clear. On your right. Clear on both sides.
I really mashed it down that time, and I feel like I did get all of the throttle off the corner, but like I'm killing my hand right now. Let's not hit Junior, please. Try to get a couple more spots if we can. There's a little faint scrub there, Jeff. Why you gotta be so mad about it? Yeah, Kansas is just really mad. Dang it. Man, because it's going to beat us, so well. Well, we salvaged the 7th, but my lord, the problems that I was having. Alright. That could have gone a lot better. Hey, Dale Jarrett won the race. Good for him. Brett Bodine was 4th.
Well, you're right, but that just makes for a better race, in my opinion. It really makes the better drivers stand out that much more.
Dale Earnhardt ended up in the top 10 at the end of the race.
He had a shot to win. Of course, so did 42 other guys, but I'm sure he's still happy with the top 10.
Dale Earnhardt had a run-in during the race with Matt Kenseth.
I'm
You
not
think?
sure how all this got started, but now that they have a little history on the track, it'll be something to watch in the weeks ahead.
We hope you enjoyed today's broadcast of NASCAR Winston Cup Racing on MRN, the voice of NASCAR.
Yeah. That was a mess. That was absolutely a mess. Holy cow. Definitely not what you want to see. And how did Brett Bodine finish 4th? Like what? Kind of crazy alternate universe nonsense. Oh boy. Anyway. So, we ticked a lot of people off. It happened. It definitely happened. We got Dale Jarrett, Tony Stewart, Bobby Labonte, Brett Bodine, Ricky Rudd, Matt Kenseth, Dale Earnhardt, Jeff Gordon, Dale Earnhardt Jr., and Robbie Gordon. The top 10, and here is everyone else. Let's see. Jimmy Johnson led 12 laps. Ryan Newman led a lap. They ended up, probably because of the pit strategy situation, ended up getting shuffled back some. Scroll on through the rest of the field here. And Kyle Petty was the one who blew up. Okay. And then a lap down was Jeremy Mayfield down, which paid off for Kevin LePage, who managed to somehow stay on the lead lap and finish ahead of a bunch of people. But anyway, what the frick, Brett Bodine? Oh man, what a race. All right, let's move on to what will hopefully go better. I mean, you know, assuming this controller doesn't freaking mess me up again at Las Vegas. I guess we'll do last to first again. I mean, like, at this point of the season, obviously, we have such a points lead that it doesn't really matter about, you know, where we finish. And so we might as well keep it interesting. Because if I qualify on the pole outside of something freaking me up on lap 1, you know, like the controller or whatever, it would be boring, right? This at least will be more interesting no matter what happens. So, yeah. All right, here we go.
From the city that never sleeps, EA Sports proudly brings you live coverage of tonight's NASCAR Winston Cup Series race at Las Vegas. What are your thoughts on this race?
The drivers need to get a good feel for this track early on. With all the green flag laps they run here, if you make a mistake early on or miss an adjustment in your first stop, your race will quickly become worse and worse.
Ricky Rudd looks to continue his top 5 streak.
Looked like they were going to talk about Jeff for a second.
People get
no.
so concerned with wins. I'll take consistent top 5s all year long over a win. Besides, when you are constantly finishing in the top 5, a win is just around the corner.
Dale Earnhardt comes here with a top 10 finish average on the Speedway tracks this year.
If you finish in the top 10 every week, then the championship becomes an attainable goal. This team wants to get the big money at the end of the year, so they are going to be working even harder to keep up this string of top finishes.
I'd say it's attainable, given our 500-point lead or whatever.
Gentlemen, start your engines.
Here's the starting lineup. In the front row are the Dale Jr. Chevrolet and the Altel Dodge. In the second row are the Team Rusty Dodge and the Lowe Chevrolet. Starting the race from row 3 are the Sterling Marlin Dodge and the Home Depot Chevrolet. The fourth row has the Singular Wireless Chevrolet and the Stacker 2 Dodge. Starting the race from row 5 will be the Interstate Battery Chevrolet and the DuPont Chevrolet.
All right, let's see. You gonna frick me up, controller, right off the bat? No. Okay, good. Of course, we don't know about the trigger issue. My gosh, the launch they just got makes me wonder. But, we're gonna see what happens. Also, so much nonsense happened in that last race, there was no time to, like, cut away, so this could end up being a pretty long episode if more nonsense happens in this one. Hopefully this one will go a little bit more smoothly for us. I don't know, I'm definitely not getting the speed off the corner. You see that, right? Like, there's no reason why Kevin LePage and Stanton Barrett should be beating me off the corner there. Like, I'm good through the quarters, but, like, down the straightaway, I have no speed for some reason. Yeah, there's definitely something wrong. I need to get out the second controller that came with this one and test it out to see if that is a continuing problem. Because look at this. Like, they should not be faster than me. They really shouldn't. Oops. I'm so sorry, Ken Schroeder. Like, I'm still making passes and stuff, but, like, I don't know. I just feel like, this trigger is not fully engaging. I feel like I'm at, like, 90% throttle or something, you know what I mean? Like, I'm mashing down on it with my fingertip now, which seems to make it work a little better, but I don't know. That's really hard to maintain because it hurts. It does seem to be working somewhat better. Oof. Squirrely there. Yeah, I don't know. Weird. Hopefully the other one isn't like that. If it is, I don't know if it's too late for me to get a refund, but, like, at the same time, I don't know what else I would go to. I could try one of the other third-party brands, but like I said, they were rated worse. Like, this was the one that seemed to have the least amount of complaints. They all have complaints, 'cause nobody likes third-party controllers, obviously, but it's not like Microsoft's still making original Xbox controllers, you know? And yeah, I thought about trying to get like a good condition one that was used, but it's like, what are the chances that it doesn't also have some of the problems I was having with my own, you know, drift or whatever. So like, that's a cool Kyle Petty paint scheme. I don't think I've ever seen that. Oh yeah, I've seen it, never mind. But don't see it very often. Anyway, yeah, it's weird. Like, I don't know how you win in that situation. It's like you either buy a used controller to replace your used controller and just hope that when they say it's like in really good condition that they're telling the truth, and then pay more than it's probably worth to get it, or you keep trying third-party controllers till you find one that isn't a piece of crap, you know? And like, that seems difficult because they all seem to be not great to some degree. I don't know. And it's not like, oh my gosh, I gotta stop driving so freaking recklessly. I'm focusing so hard on keeping the trigger mash down. I'm overdriving everything horribly. But yeah, it's like, it's not like I'm saying you can't trust people's reviews. It's just, I feel like with third-party controllers, you run the risk of everyone kind of having a different experience. Like, oh yeah, well mine, the trigger wasn't working. Well, somebody else's had, you know, controller stick drift or something. Like, you just never know, right, with these things? Alright, so halfway, like 8.5 laps basically, but probably pit around like lap 15, I guess would be a good point to shoot for, probably. Anyway, but yeah, it's like, I feel like with these things, they're cheap because they're not well made, or they use cheap parts or whatever, and you run the risk of a variety of things not being quite good enough, but you don't really know which things. Like right now, I feel like I'm doing really good. I'm marching my way through the field, but like, I'm literally killing my finger, mashing this trigger down as hard as I possibly can on the straightaways. It's like, yeah, I don't know. Yeah, Kent is still gonna be mad. We need to try to just get clear of him and not anger him further and get him to cool off a little bit. Anyway, yeah, I don't know. If you guys have any recommendations, like if there is a third-party original Xbox controller that you used that was really good, or if you know a way of getting, you know, first-party ones still that isn't too expensive, that are in good condition. I don't know, like, I mean, I've looked at obviously eBay and Amazon, and it just seems like paying $40 for, you know, a controller that's been used versus getting a third-party controller for less than that. It's like, I don't know. I'm trusting the used one is going to be in good condition, but it might not be. Also, we've driven our way up to second, so it kind of makes it seem like I've been complaining for nothing, but when I tell you that I have been literally breaking my hand to do this. Yeah. Anyway, we took the lead though. I probably should have drafted with Junior for a second, because I noticed our alliance is starting to slip again, but I kind of just want to get out in front. Where am I going? I don't need to go this way. I just want to get out in front and maybe where I don't have to mash the control or the trigger so hard. It's like once I get out in front, make it a little easier. Okay, this was when I said I was gonna pit. Where's the pause button? Jeezer. Pit options. Let's go. Whoops, not that. No repair. Honestly, everything else is fine. I just want to make sure I need any repairs or anything. Let's see. Okay, I may have left that a little late, but be okay. Okay, it's 70. I always think it's like 60. I need to get down to it 70. Whatever. Still pretty decent entry. Okay, let's get out here before they all catch up. Get up to speed. Looks like the rest of them have hit pit road this time, and we should re-inherit the lead. Oh man. Well, at least this race has gotten better, even if it is actually hurting to do this.
60, 17.
And yes, re-inherited the lead. Cool. Don't think Junior's going to re-inherit second, though. It looks like that's going to go to... Okay, this is not a time to try to pause. I've started to fishtail because I was trying to... So I have to take my thumb off the left stick and go under that to hit the pause button. It is not in the middle where I can use my right thumb, which is really doing nothing. And it's just like frustrating, whatever. It's Matt Kenseth. He's catching me, in fact, so I don't need to look anymore. I know it's Matt Kenseth. I thought it might be, given the color of the car, but anyway. Let's just focus on driving away from him, hopefully. And I'll cut ahead until something happens or we get close to the end. Well, that definitely proves it. I went from mashing it down with my fingertip to just laying my finger over it, pushing it all the way down as I would normally do. And there was a second difference in lap time. Yeah. So, or not a second. Yeah, no, it was a second, actually. Yeah, because it was like 31:19 and then 32:20. So, yeah. Anyway, white flag is out. Brought to you by this terrible controller. Like, this answers a lot of the questions I was having with 07. Aside from sensitivity issues, I definitely also was not getting any speed like I would normally have, I felt, and now I know why. So, yeah, frustrating. But we did end up winning this race, so I can't complain too much, I guess. But if I wasn't mashing it down, it would have never happened. It would have never happened. But anyway, there you go.
It was all green flag racing in this one.
Wow, that doesn't happen very often. It makes you pay a whole lot more for any mistakes. You don't have that cushion of yellow flags to get caught up.
Dale Earnhardt had to work hard for the win.
You know, I credit the whole crew for an exceptional race. It takes everyone working together to get results like that. What a great race for that team.
Yeah, we did have to work pretty hard. Oh, my hand. I got to figure something out for sure, though. That's unfortunate. I've had to actually get a few replacement controllers lately for various things. I had to get a new 360 controller to use with PC because that's my preferred controller with PC. And then it didn't work, so I ended up getting another one. I got a refund at least, but like, yeah, on the other one. But then I got a new one that works pretty well so far. And then freaking PS4 controller died, so I had to get a new one of those. I did get a first-party PS4 controller, even though it's super expensive. you know, it was worth it, I think, for that, because I use that a lot. Then I was like, oh, might as well get a new Xbox controller, because I felt like I was having problems with my other one, and my lord. I don't think I was having anywhere near the problems with the old one I'm having with this one so far, so yeah. Anyway, let's move on. Alright. Well, we didn't make anybody madder, so that's good. And Kansas got a second out of all that, too. But yeah, it was weird. Like, I was sitting there running, you know, lap times between the 3090 and the 31 teens. And I was like, let me just, like, relax my finger and see if this is all in my head. And then I ran a full second slower, so. Yeah. Anyway, Junior led the most laps, but we got the win. Kenseth Newman, Junior Gordon, Labonte, Johnson, Marlin, Rusty, and Jeff Burton. I'm guessing because, like, Junior was second, but he pitted late, and it seemed like people who pit early got a bit of an advantage there. So, not so great for him. Here's the rest of the running order for those who care about such things. Brett Bodine went from 4th last race to 35th in this one, so there's that. Anybody go out? No, everybody finished the race. And finished on the lead lap, too. So, good for them. Anyway, let's move on. Alright, let's look at our standings and all that. So, after those 2 races, we have a 600 and math 71-point lead. Is that right? I think so. I don't. Yes, that is correct. Okay, 671-point lead over Jeff Gordon. And you got Newman. You got Junior, who's probably just going to end up being 4th. It looks like now. So there's that. Johnson, Marlin, Labonte, Wallace, Stewart, Jarrett. Jarrett kind of solidifying himself in the top 10 a bit with that win the previous race, but he doesn't have a huge advantage over Kevin. All right. I'm curious of something. Where is Brett Bodine? Because we know he's typically not good, right? 39th. 39th, but if we look at driver info, you will see that he has a top 5 for this year because of that road course race. And if we scroll down, last time he had a top 5 was 1993. He does have a win. When did he win? Was that also 1993? No, it was 1990. He got a win. It was his only top 5 of the year. 12th in the standings. Is that the best he's ever been in the standings? It would appear to be. Well, 1990 was his big year. Why am I looking at this? Does it matter? No. No, it does not. But yeah, anyway. Moving on to... Well, we can see these guys are going to have to cool off for a bit, but whatever. Fine. Awards for Dockside. Ryan Newman got the pole. Jimmy Johnson was the front runner. We got picking up places. Jimmy Johnson had fast pace. Christian Fittipaldi was rookie of the race, and Jeff Burton had the move of the race. Going to Las Vegas, Junior had pole award and front runner. We had picking up places. Jimmy Johnson had fast pace. Jamie McMurray was the rookie of the race, and Johnny Benson had the most exciting pass. Okay, good for him. Rookie of the year, still very much Jamie McMurray, and is not going to change. But it looks like Fittipaldi solidified himself well above Biffle, which is kind of surprising, but okay. And poles, yeah, I mean, obviously we're not going to get poles more often than not. So there's that. but Jeff Gordon's got like a lot. Manufacturer, obviously Chevy still, and lap sled. We are comfortably in charge of that. I don't think we can lose that because the remaining races aren't going to be long enough for these guys to get that many lap sleds. So definitely going to be lap champion. That's cool. Out of curiosity, just look at this. Oh, that's a depressing thing to see. 2001 with 1. But anyway, yeah, just look at it. 25 wins. That's ridiculous. 30 top 10s, 28 top 5s. That's kind of crazy. Our average finish is 3. You know, that's pretty fitting, honestly. But yeah, that's kind of crazy. What year did he have the most wins in one year? It looks like it was 11. 11 wins in 1987, which was one of his championships. 21 top 5s, 24 top 10s. Interesting. But you know, then along came this year, so. Oh my gosh. Anyway, yeah. So that's going to do it for this episode. Thank you guys so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed. And if you did, be sure to, you know, hit the like button, share it with your friends, subscribe if you're new. Let me know in the comments what you thought. Let me know if you know anything about getting a better third-party controller or something. This is clearly a problem that needs to be addressed sooner rather than later. Yeah, and I will see you guys next time for not hitting the start race button for the Talladega Road Course. Yes. Yeah. And then Chicago. And then there's only 2 more after that, and it's Daytona Road Course and Homestead. So we've only got 2 episodes left, guys. Sorry for the delay. We would have been, you know, a lot closer to finishing, but life, things, yeah. Anyway, see you guys. Bye.